Hey, what's up guys, Mitch HD here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the JC Wings May 2016 new releases. I'm on easytoys.com. Over the weekend, if you use the code EasyMem12, you get 12% off everything on every new purchase on their website, so yeah, go check them out. So we're going to start with the 1 to 400 scale models. This one, a very unexpected release. Surprised but very happy something like this has been released. The Virgin Galactic White Knight 2 N348MS. Yeah, no words to say about it. They've also released it 1 to 200 scale, and I'm definitely getting it. I mean, and look at the price as well. That's, you know, a pretty good price, I would say, for 1 to 400 scale for a model like this. And it's even surprisingly cheaper. Not cheaper than this price, but you know, cheaper for 1 to 200 scale model. So which I'll show you guys later. But it's, yeah, fantastic. I'm so happy it's been released. We have an Alitalia A330 registration HL7635. It looks pretty good. This next one I'm not too keen about. Not so sure about the livery. It's the ANA 737-800 flower jet livery. Registration JA85AN. Yeah, you can make for it. You can, you know, sort of call it what you wish, but I don't really like it. Air Austral 787-8 Dreamliner registration FOLRC. I'm really hoping they release it in 1 to 200 scale. It would be a big seller. Such a good looking aircraft, that one. Bombardier C Series CS100 house colors, registration CFBCS. Obviously not a big seller, not as popular as they thought it would be. But yeah, it's not a bad looking aircraft. The engines make it look like it's a A320neo. You know, it's sort of too big for the actual aircraft. Next is the Mandarin ERJ190 Sun Moon Lake livery, registration B16829. Just one in the regular livery now, the Mandarin ERJ190 registration B16825. I have to say the regular livery looks better than the special livery they applied here, to be honest. Next is the SF Airlines 767-300 freighter, registration B7593. Yeah, not bad. I think the red, you know, makes it look a little bit better. Songshan Airport. Songshan Airlines. I'm not sure what airline this actually is. I cannot read it. It may be, yeah, Songshan Airlines, something like that. A330-300. I'm not sure what the livery is supposed to be of. Okay, 1 to 200 scale models now, and here we have the Virgin Galactic White Knight 2, but this time in 1 to 200 scale. As I said, I'll be definitely getting it. And look at the price, $78 US. I think that price is pretty good. And yeah, I can't wait for this model. Alright, sorry about that, the internet's oddly slow. Okay, so we have the 747-400 Pratt & Whitney engines, just a blank aircraft. They have released, you know, a photo of each one with each of the engines, Rolls-Royce, Pratt & Whitney, GE. Easy Toys just haven't updated it, but on the top is the Pratt & Whitney engines. The difference between Pratt & Whitney's and GE's, obviously Rolls-Royce are easy to tell apart because they're just, you know, just a thin tube. But you can tell it's a Pratt & Whitney on top because the nacelle is shorter and it looks more like a G90. And you can also see the vents, the heat vents, or I can't remember what they actually called but there's the little vent things you can see on the outside of the engine, near the back on the Pratt & Whitneys. So that's how to distinguish the Pratt & Whitneys from the GEs, and also the GEs have a much longer nacelle. Once you know that, it's fairly easy to distinguish between the GEs and the Pratt & Whitneys. And next is just the General Electric engines, of course the bottom ones. So these will be big sellers for some collectors. A lot of collectors will get Rolls-Royce, because on the 747 they were quite iconic. I somehow have a feeling that Pratt & Whitneys won't sell as good as the General Electric engines. General Electric were the most popular engines. Then we have the Rolls-Royce ones, of course, no picture here, but I'm sure you know what Rolls-Royce engines on the 747s look like. Next is the Qatar 777-300ER Barcelona FC livery, registration A7BAE. Of course, I have this in 1-200 from Eagle Models, and if you remember, the colours weren't correct on the FC Barcelona sort of flag that's draped across, and the blue wasn't correct, or just slightly off. So I will be getting this one, and to show you guys what the colours really look like. Next up is a BOAC Britannia. Don't think it's. Oh, it is BOAC. I think it might be a hybrid. But it's Cathay Pacific Airways Britannia, basically. Registration GANBO. So of course, when the British still had rule in their territory, Hong Kong. SAS A330-300 Star Alliance livery, registration OYKBM. I have the regular livery. I'm not going to bother with this one, but it doesn't look too bad. Next, Alitalia new livery A330-200, registration IEJGA. Definitely getting this one. It actually looks pretty good. Then we have the Cathay Pacific A330-300 new livery, registration BLAJ. And I may get this one. It's a maybe at this point. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I do prefer the A330 in their old livery. Next one is a musket for me. It says it's a -8. It's actually a -9, so it's an Air China 787-9. Registration B7877. And the reason I'm getting this one, especially, is because it's coming to Auckland. Auckland is supposed to be the first city in Oceania to receive this aircraft. It'll be one of the first in the world to have this service from Air China. So yeah, I can't wait for the model, and I can't wait for the aircraft to arrive in Auckland, which I'll be out there to catch. Royal Brunei 787-8, registration V8DLD. Definitely getting this one. I like this livery on the 787, but all in all, I like their older livery that they had on the 777s and the A340 when they brought those into Auckland. But yeah, it looks pretty good in their new livery. And I'll be getting this one as well. Air Canada red, sort of old. I'm just calling it old livery. Gimli Glider, 767. It says 300. It's a 200. If you didn't know what the Gimli Glider was, it's a famous event in aviation, where what happened was there was a time when Canada were going from either liters to gallons or gallons to liters, one or the other. But they were supposed to fill it up with oh no, sorry, they were going from gallons to liters. Volume, if volume measurements, and they're supposed to fill it up in liters. And what they did is they calculated it for gallons, and so when they filled it up, they only filled it up half of what they needed. So unexpectedly, the pilots didn't know what happened, so they ran out of fuel mid-flight and had to glide this aircraft down. And they were coming in too fast for the airfield. They did a thing called sort of sit it on its side, but keep the aircraft going straight. I can't remember what it's called, but you don't, you lose height, but you don't increase your speed or something like that. And they eventually landed on this old abandoned airfield called Gimli. It's an old Air Force base, I'm pretty sure. And they were hosting, on the day they landed, there was some event going on, and so these people had to clear the way, just before the aircraft landed. So it was all a famous story about it, and I think something happened, like one of the gears collapsed, but they got it repaired, and it went up flying again not long after that, and so it was flying for quite a number of years after then. I'm not too clued up on the actual story, because it was a long time ago when I actually watched the air crash investigation of this, and I heard the entire story. But that's just a general overview of what happened. But it's a really famous story, and they did, obviously everyone survived. But going back to this model, this is going to be a maybe for me. Registration, I don't think I said it already, but it's CGAUN. So yeah, I hope I don't take up too much time talking about that. Just sort of get that out there for those who don't know. Go watch the air crash investigation episode of it. It is a great watch. I recommend checking it out. You can probably find it on YouTube. Next is the TAP Express Embraer ERJ190 registration CSTPW. It's not a bad looking model. I won't be getting it, however. Etihad A320 Sharklets in the new livery. A6EJA is the registration number, and it looks pretty nice. I won't be getting it, but yeah, I do kind of like the A321 a bit more in their livery. Next is the Ukraine International Airlines Cargo 737-300. Registration is URFAA. It's alright. Didn't even know they actually had that Ukraine International operated cargo aircraft. Ukraine International 737-300 passenger version this time. Registration is URGAH. This one also has winglets. They're not common on the 300 series. Yeah, it's not bad. They released a 800 quite a while back. This one I'm going to show you because I didn't show you in the last release, because it was sort of announced quite a bit after I did those releases, and so I just thought I'd show you guys now. This is the China Airlines A350-900 special bird livery. This will be applied to quite a few of the A350s. I think maybe about 9 in total. Registration B18901. So this is a maybe for me, but it does look pretty good. Anyway guys, this is going to be it for this video. So just to recap which ones I'm going to get. It's a maybe for the Air Canada Gimli Glider. I'm definitely getting the Royal Brunei 787, Air China, Alitalia. It's a maybe for the Cathay Pacific. Definitely getting the Qatar 777 and the Virgin Galactic. Anyway guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this releases video. I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Comment, tell me what you think of these new models. Tell me if you're going to get any. Subscribe for more. I have some unboxing videos on the way. And share this video so other people can know about these new releases and see if they want to get any as well. Because there are some really good releases. This is probably the best releases I've seen in quite a while. So yeah, 5 new models for me out of this release, which is quite, it's quite big in terms of what I'm going to order. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed. and I'll see you next time.